All right, the Washington Post, a move to defund Planned Parenthood of $500 million in federal funding came up short in the Senate. It was a mostly Republican push to strip the group of government backing after the release of a series of edited undercover videos. More of those are to come. Apparently, two Democrats, including Senator Joe Manchin, voted in favor of the procedural bill. Republican backers say they want to redirect the funds to other women's health clinics and resources, but as you can imagine, it made for a passionate day of debate.
Perhaps the only thing more shocking than the actual dismembering of unborn children for sale is the cavalier attitude by the Planned Parenthood staff, who seem to have sacrificed their humanity and show so little regard for the sanctity of human life.
I come to the Senate floor today to ask my Republican colleagues a question. Do you have any idea what year it is? Did you fall down, hit your head, and think you woke up in the 1950s or the 1890s? Should we call for a doctor? Let's be really clear about something. The Republican scheme to defund Planned Parenthood is not some sort of surprised response to a highly edited video. Nope, it's just one more piece of a deliberate, methodical, orchestrated right-wing attack on women's rights.
I don't know what was acceptable in 1890 or what was shocking in 1950. The Archbishop of Chicago said, "Have we so muted the humanity of the unborn child that some consider it acceptable to speak freely of crushing a child's skull to preserve valuable body parts?" Was that acceptable in 1890 or 1950? The commerce of body parts, the Archbishop says, of defenseless unborn children is callously discussed over lunch. A woman who spoke yesterday on the Senate floor talks about a sheer disdain for human dignity and a complete disregard for women and their babies. And there are pro-choice people who believe fervently in the right of a woman to choose, who are equally repulsed, disgusted by those videos, and more videos are coming out, and they will be worse.
They're really bad.
They will be worse. And for Elizabeth Warren to try to conflate the right of a woman to choose with the horrors and the callousness and the grotesqueness of what was discussed over lunch is really unfortunate. You know, Elizabeth Warren talking about the 1950s and the 1890s, she can talk about it all she wants. There's a great quote. I don't know the source, but it goes something like, "Just because we are not shocked by what shocked our grandmothers does not mean we are more advanced than our grandmothers."
Okay, but with, you know, just to be clear here, she's talking about the issue of defunding Planned Parenthood and its services. She's not talking about what's going on in these videos.
She's talking about an organization whose leaders
Look, I don't disagree. I think he's...
And there are more. It's going to be very interesting to see how many Americans really believe that their tax dollars should go to fund this organization. Planned Parenthood is not synonymous with women's health. You can have women's health, or you can have an organization that takes care of women's health without having the #1 abortion provider who speaks so callously over lunch about the harvesting of unborn children.
This story is going to get a lot bigger.
Yeah, I'm just saying, conflating the right to choose with Planned Parenthood, conflating taxpayer dollars going to Planned Parenthood with protecting women's health, that's just a red herring. It has been set up that way, so you can't have this discussion without being against women's health, but you can be against the funding of Planned Parenthood without being against the support of women's health care.
You also can be for the funding of Planned Parenthood.
Nice try, Elizabeth Warren. Nice try. It's only going to get worse for Planned Parenthood. I agree with Hillary Clinton. There are troubling things on those tapes. And everybody needs to open their eyes and see that instead of reflexively talking about right-wing attacks on a woman's right to choose. Please stop insulting our intelligence, Elizabeth Warren. Stop.
Okay, coming up, we'll have a deeper conversation about this because I'm not sure that's what she was doing, but
Yeah,
I
of course
respect
it
your
was.
opinion.
You want to play it again?
No,
We can play it
Joe,
again.
It was about funding Planned Parenthood, not about what's going on in these videos. You can be for funding Planned Parenthood and against what's happening in those videos.
You can also be for a woman's right to choose
Right,
and
that's
not be
right.
for funding this sort of organization.
You can. Coming up, how the most educated generation in history is earning far less than ever before. Steve Ratner has a fresh look at one of the big issues driving younger voters at the polls. Plus,